Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Jessi. I post new budgeting and lifestyle content here on my channel every single week. For today, rather than doing a video, I decided it would be fun to do a live stream. I have not done something like this in a really long time, so I'm excited to be live with you guys tonight. I gotta say, I did some last minute changes. I wasn't planning on streaming from this location. So the background's a little hectic. You guys can see my messy closet. That's okay, just pretend you can't. And let's chat. So I talked a little bit about wanting to do live streams regularly way back, like a long time ago, and slowly just kind of got out of the habit, and it's something I definitely want to bring back. I love sitting chit-chatting with you guys, answering your questions, and just, shooting the breeze. So I'm excited to get back into doing this. I don't know how many of you are going to be joining. I know it was kind of a last minute thing, but thinking about trying to do this maybe once a week or a couple of times a month if it's something you guys are interested in. So you'll just have to let me know. Just kind of yammering a little bit while I wait for some of you to join me. Hello, everyone. So good to see some familiar faces. I feel like I've been a little bit disconnected from the YouTube community as of late. I haven't been able to watch quite as many videos, and certainly I haven't been commenting on as many videos as I would like. And I've been trying to get back to like comments on my videos, but that's been tough. It's been a crazy time. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I've got you guys on StreamYard, and I'm going to be able to pull up any comments or questions right on the screen. Hopefully I can keep up with everything. Carrie says, is this your first live? So it's not my first live. I used to go live pretty regularly for a while, but I'm definitely out of the habit of it because it's been quite a while. So if I'm stuttering a little bit, that will be why. Oh, so many familiar faces. Hi, everyone. All right. So Bonnie asks, are you feeling better? So if this is your first time here, you're just not familiar, I have been having some health issues as of late. Back in March, I got what was a pretty gnarly rash all over my body. It was incredibly itchy and painful. My doctors thought that it was an allergic reaction to a medication I was taking, though I'm not quite sure if that's really what was causing it or not. It was just sort of like a mystery thing. The rash was terrible, was all over my body, incredibly itchy. I was struggling with sleep, and even like my hands were covered in these blisters. I couldn't even close my hands. It was really terrible. As of now, I'm feeling so much better. I do still have some of those itchy spots, but it's nothing like what it was. So I don't know if it just kind of ran its course or if it really was a reaction to a medication and the medication finally left my system. But I will say that, it's been almost 2 months and I'm still experiencing some issues. So I find it hard to believe that it could be related to that antibiotic I was taking, but I'm not a doctor. What do I know? I just know that I was really miserable for a while and I'm much, much better now. So thank you for asking. How's the family? We're all doing really great. Busy. It's definitely a busy season of life that we are in. My husband and oldest son are working full time, and it's constant, and it seems like they're never home. They actually work together for the same company, so that's lovely for them. I feel like I never see them, but, that's kind of how it is. Austin is kind of gearing up for high school. He'll be a freshman next year, so you guys know he's super, super involved in everything. He loves to be involved in sports and school activities and things, so definitely keeping me busy, but we're all good. We're all healthy, happy. It's been good. Hi, Kelly. That's my sister in the chat. You guys say hi to Kelly. It's good to see you. I'm not going to pull up everybody saying hello, just hello. Hope you guys are all doing really well. Do I have a gallbladder? I do not. I had that surgically removed a few years back. Nope, it was not shingles, as far as I know. Doctors definitely said not shingles, so. All right. I'd be curious to know, are you still using your planners you started the year with? At least for me, I have changed my planners several times this year already. So I am still in the same planners when I've been using a planner, but it's been not super consistent. I don't know. I go through phases with it. Sometimes I'm really into it. Sometimes not so much. Right now I'm kind of in a not so much phase, more into just like writing to-do lists and things. I also just bought like a whiteboard calendar, and I've been getting more into using that, but definitely still using my Erin Condren. I did not buy a new EC LP though when they just did their launch. I know there were like a bajillion YouTube videos on the new Erin Condren planners. I didn't buy into the hype. I didn't buy one. And I don't know that I will come like December moving into January. Just not into it right now as much. So, and it's just like, it gives me a reason to spend more money on stickers and fun markers. And admittedly, I've been doing that anyway, even though I haven't been doing a lot of planning, but it's not quite as bad when I'm not like super into the planner thing. I'd be interested to know how many of you guys bought a new planner with the newest launch from Erin Condren, or, you know, if you're like an academic planner person, did you buy a new planner? Let me know. Have you had to adjust your budget according to inflation? Yeah, definitely my grocery budget and like household budget have gone up a lot. I was actually just recently looking back at some of my old budgeting videos and content on my channel just to kind of see where I started, where I came from, and it seems like all of my categories have gone up, and I haven't been doing a very good job of restricting my spending to meet my budget. Instead, it seems like I just keep raising my budget. So finding a happy medium between being realistic, raising my budget to cover the extra cost in groceries and things, and also like keeping myself reined in and not just overspending. Because I feel like definitely in the last year, my spending in general has been a lot looser than it used to be. So it's definitely like a fine line you got to walk with the budget process, especially when you've been doing it as long as I have. You know, I've been on this debt-free journey for years now, and it seems like I never make headway. We like take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. So, yeah, with inflation, it's definitely been tough, but I'm trying to walk that line. Okay, so you had a rash like that when you had gallstones. So no, I had my gallbladder out 3 or 4 years ago now, so definitely not that. Kelly says she's doing her planner right now. So I'm actually guilty of influencing my sister, I guess, and getting her into planning. I bought her first Erin Condren Life Planner, if I'm not mistaken. And she's been on that planner train ever since. She was like one of my biggest customers when I was selling planner stickers on my Etsy shop. And I definitely, influenced her. I don't call myself an influencer by any stretch of the imagination, but when it comes to my sister, I definitely did. You didn't buy new planners either, Bonnie. Well, that's good. Let's see. I'm always eyeing the Daily Duo planner, but I decided to just buy a notebook at Walmart and have been drawing out my spreads. That's such a good idea. That way I can do the exact times that I want and I can make it neutral. Great idea, and so much more affordable. Those Erin Condren planners are so expensive. I bought the Daily Duo planner, and let me tell you, I did not use it as much as I thought that I would, and with it being dated, it felt like I was just wasting pages. So I think that's a great idea. Haven't bought a new EC planner yet. It's difficult not to because they're so pretty. Oh, definitely. I specifically haven't been watching the YouTube videos about them because I know what a sucker I am for pretty packaging, and I'm definitely easily influenced. Talking about influencers, anytime I see anybody show anything in a YouTube video or a TikTok or whatever, I'm like on my phone buying it. So I've been trying to avoid that sort of content that I know is going to influence me to spend money. Suggestions on staying motivated. I paid off my consumer debt. Congratulations. But having a hard time staying motivated, keeping track, savings. I hear you. I go through major phases when it comes to motivation. Sometimes I am on the ball, doing really well. And then other times I just get burnt out with it. My suggestion for you is just keep on keeping on. If you have a YouTube channel that you like to watch for inspiration, that's always a great place to find the motivation. If you wanted to try like a new printable worksheet to inspire you to get back into tracking, that's always a good thing. And it's an easy way to do it without spending a ton of money. You can try that. Just switch things up a little bit, make it new again. And just, build it into your habits and routines. That would be my suggestion. I'm no expert. I definitely suffer from this as well. Every time I want to buy a new planner, I remind myself about the amount of planners I already have at home and slap my hand and put the planner back on the shelf. Yes, you got to do what you got to do. As someone who has a lot of planners sitting on the shelf that are like expired and past their dates, it's so easy to buy it and plan to use it, and then it's so pretty and you don't touch it, at least for me. So I've actually gone in and redated some old planners a few times just to kind of give myself something to work in when I'm kind of between planners and wanting to try something new. That has been a really easy way to kind of play in a planner and have something to keep me busy without spending the money. I've also been known to go on Etsy and buy a printable planner for just a couple of dollars to give me something to work in. Anything that keeps me out of the store and buying a $50, $60 planner. Wanted to say I bought your budget sheets and it works for me so much more than other budget sheets, paid weekly, so I like the weekly breakdown. Well, thank you. I'm so glad it works for you. I really just design those printables for myself, and so posting them on Etsy is no trouble at all, and it's been so exciting to see so many people using my printables and finding ways to get creative with them. So it's awesome that it works out for you. I'm so glad to hear that. Being able to see all 4 weeks on the 2-page spread is what I like the most. That's exactly why I designed it that way, because I was not finding anything like that in the market anywhere. So I figured I might as well make it for myself. And I'm so glad that other people are finding it helpful too. Still have 2 credit cards left to pay off. Hopefully we'll be able to do that in the next 13 months. Oh, congratulations. That's awesome that you are, making headway. You're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. That's great. Do you make stickers for your planner? I miss you selling them. So I've not really been super into stickering my planner up until about the start of this year. I kind of got back into it just to give myself a creative outlet. And I've made a few things for myself here and there, but for the most part, I get on Etsy just like everybody else and I buy stickers. There are a million Etsy shops out there selling stickers. It's such a saturated market. And I know when I was running my business that way and, printing and cutting stickers, mailing them off, it was so stressful. It got to be not so fun anymore. And that's kind of why I stopped doing it. It took this fun hobby that I had, making stickers, and turned it into work, and I just wasn't having fun anymore. And I wasn't making enough money selling my stickers to justify like the stress that it was causing me. So I don't think I'll ever go back to selling stickers. Maybe like printable files that people can print and cut them themselves. That's something I might consider, but physical products are just way too much work, way too much stress, and I just don't have a lot of space in my home either. That was a big factor. So I do still make them for myself sometimes, but probably never going to go back to selling them. I added my debt totals, and in the last 1 and 4 months, we paid off over $32,000 in debt. Wow, that is amazing. What worked is using credit cards with zero balance transfers and 401k loan and HELOC. Well, congratulations. That's amazing progress. I love hearing stories like that. I get comments on my YouTube channel all the time saying things like, thanks for the inspiration. I started my debt-free journey and I'm debt-free now. And just seeing the success is so motivating and exciting, and it makes me want to keep going. There was definitely a time when I was sick and I wasn't posting videos and my subscriber count was falling and my view count was falling that I thought about just being done with YouTube. Especially when I came back and started posting regularly again, and I'm getting, like a quarter of the views I used to get at like the peak of my success here on YouTube. It's frustrating, but then I see comments like that, and like I get messages or a card in the mail saying that I'm inspiring or motivating, and it just reminds me why I do this and keeps me going back, even though it's frustrating sometimes. The YouTube algorithm doesn't always like me. But yeah, congratulations. That's amazing success. I love watching your videos and your budget weekly planning. You have a good, calm voice. Well, thank you. Credit score went from 646 to 806. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so I'm pretty much caught up on comments already, you guys. I went through those really, really quick. Keep going. Do what you like to do. Thank you, Kelly. It's so hard sometimes to find the confidence to keep going. Like, you guys know, I've been on YouTube for a number of years, and I posted videos for a long time with next to nobody watching. And when the pandemic happened, and I think more people were stuck at home and trying to figure out how to make their budgets work with, stay home orders and everything, I really hit, I guess, what you would call my peak on YouTube. I've peaked. Unfortunately, my peak happened a lot lower than what I would have hoped, but I made videos for years and years with nobody watching, and I will continue to make videos for years and years, whether people watch or not. But it's definitely disheartening when you put a lot of time and effort into a video, and it's the same kind of video you were making 6 months ago that was getting 1,500 views, and now you're getting 500 views. It's frustrating, but the positive comments keep me going, and it's definitely motivation for me. The number of times that I've wanted to just skip writing out my budget, but then, I sit down, I film it, it keeps me on track. So, it's working out good. Totally feel the same way about the YouTube views and the algorithm. It can be so frustrating, but there are so many people who get value out of what we do and make it worthwhile. Yes. And you guys, if you aren't following Ohio Valley Couponer and you want all of the 411 on coupons, definitely give him a follow. His channel is great. Are you a month ahead on your bills? So actually, I'm not. And that is a goal of mine, to get ahead by a month with all of my bills. I guess some of my bills are a month ahead. So because my income is variable, it fluctuates a lot, I tend to save up all of my business income till the end of the month rather than kind of spend it as I go. I save it all up throughout the month and then pay myself once a month. So in that way, I'm sort of a month ahead in that I'm paying bills with income I earned last month. But I'm not paid ahead on my bills. I just kind of have that money sitting in the account waiting for me to get to it. So yeah, I guess I'm not really a month ahead, but it kind of feels like I am, if that makes any sense. And of course, my income is just a portion of what we have to work with. My husband's the breadwinner. I just kind of add a little bit of income with my side hustle here. So yeah, not a month ahead technically, and that's something I'd really like to see happen in the future. You're doing your best, and that's all you can ask of yourself. Well, thank you. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you. I am so much better. Still not 100%, but so much better. I love your videos. Thank you. That means so much to me to hear you say that. All right, let's see. Any tips on staying on track with budgeting with all the high costs now of food, gas, etc.? I get so frustrated. I keep having to adjust. Yeah, I think everyone's kind of in that place right now. And when it comes to things like food and gas, those are things that you cannot control, right? You have to eat. You have to put gas in your car to get to work. I guess my advice to you would be take a breath. Definitely check out different resources for couponing and things like that where you can try to bring your grocery budget down a little bit. And then focus on the areas in your budget that you do have control. So you can't control how much it costs to buy a gallon of milk or a dozen eggs, but you can maybe cut back on some of your streaming services, or you can eat out less. Focus on the areas that you can control and just do your best to, shop around, find the best deals, look for coupons, apps. There are so many different apps you can use to help keep your grocery expenses down. I'm really bad about actually using those apps, but there's a ton of them. And, I myself use a credit card. I put everything on a credit card and I get rewards that I can then use towards groceries or whatever. There's lots of different things you can do. I will come up with a list of applications that you can use. I don't, off the top of my head, I could list a couple, but I'm going to put together like a whole resource library for stuff like that. So if any of you have suggestions for apps and stuff, you can just leave them in the comments and I'll kind of compile everything and I'll post it, I don't know, maybe on my Facebook group or in a video, different things like that can help. I keep trying to get a month ahead, but with all this inflation, it's just not working. Yeah, I definitely hear you. It's tough. And I'm going to imagine it's only going to get worse over the summer months. Just hang in there, you guys. Gas is stupid expensive here. Yeah, what is the price of gas where you are? I know that I filled up this week for $4.19 a gallon, which I hear is actually not high compared to a lot of places. Here's a good tip. As far as food and gas, definitely look into a credit card that pays you cash back. Usually gas cash back is 3%, and food grocery cash back is 2%. Pay off the credit card weekly and redeem your rewards. Yeah, definitely you can do that. I can't recommend a specific credit card that's good for that. My card that I use is a Citi card, and it's 2% cash back all across the board. You get 1% for your purchases, and then you get 1% when you pay the card. That's the card that I put absolutely everything on, but you could definitely take advantage of different rewards for different things. You just have to be able to use a credit card responsibly. Obviously, if you're the type of person that's going to swipe a credit card too much and end up in debt, that's not going to be the best bet for you. I work from home, luckily, so I only get out once or twice a week to run errands. Yeah, that's another tip. Combine as many of your errands as you can. Don't go out to just one place. If you're going out, try to hit up all the places you have to go in one shot. Obviously, if you don't work from home, it's harder. You have to go to work every day, but try to avoid extra trips. For sure, that'll help save you gas. Leave Monday for a 6-week backpacking trip through Europe that is totally financed through the cash envelope system. YouTubers like you that share their advice and knowledge have made it possible. That's amazing, Alicia. Congratulations. All right, let's look at some of these gas prices. So we've got $3.89, $3.99. Those are great prices. $4.99, Kelly. Yikes. $4.51. Almost $5 a gallon, and I drive a big SUV. Oh, that's so tough. $6 in California. Yikes. $3.86. That's amazing. It's sad that we're looking at $3.86 and getting excited and thinking, wow, that's so cheap. You guys remember just like a year and a half ago when it was like $2.50 a gallon? Oh, I think $4.31. Oh, you get premium. Yes, that's right. $4.09 in East Tennessee. $4.29. Yeah, it's rough. I myself always fill up at the Murphy station. I get 10 cents off a gallon, I think, there with my Walmart Plus membership. If you have like a Costco membership or a Sam's Club membership, gas there's supposed to be a little bit cheaper. I just got my Sam's Club membership, and I haven't noticed that gas there is cheaper than what I get at Murphy through Walmart, but I definitely will be price shopping and getting the best deal in town. I know there's an app for that too. Is it Get Upside? Is that what the gas app is called, where you can find the cheapest gas and get cash back from filling up? I only used it a few times. Like I said, I'm really bad about using those apps. Just because I don't remember. Fetch, obviously, is a really great one. When I'm religiously using Fetch and, what's the other one? Ibotta, I can get a ton of cash back, but you got to be careful with those apps too, because they will give you cash back on certain items, but if buying that item costs more than buying the store brand, then it's maybe not worth it. So I know that I was struggling a lot when it came to Ibotta with shopping what they wanted me to shop when it was more expensive than what I would buy normally. And you just got to kind of be careful not to get caught up in playing the game of Ibotta. Like I said, there's lots of YouTube channels out there that'll match up the deals. Ohio Valley Couponer is a good one for that. I could never do it on my own without like somebody showing me what to do and telling me where to go for the best deals. I don't have the patience to do the research on stuff like that. So it's awesome that we have YouTube as such an important resource for that sort of thing. My husband just filled up at Murphy's and it cost $109. Yikes. Yeah, those big gas tanks make it tough. Oh, $4.45 with a 28-gallon tank Suburban. Oh my goodness. See, that's part of the reason why we went with our Subaru Forester. I love a big SUV, but you can't beat the smaller gas tank. And actually, the new Forester we just bought has a larger gas tank than the one we had previously, so we're hurting a little bit at the pump, but nothing like that. My husband drives a F-250, I think it is, or an F-150 for work, and they drive like big vans at work, and he's constantly talking about how much the company's putting into the gas tanks. It's crazy. Hi, Shannon. Thanks for stopping by. So good to see you. We're talking about inflation, the price of gas and groceries, and it's something we're all dealing with. So, all right. So I'm drinking sweet tea from McDonald's. Don't judge me. It's so good. And I had McDonald's breakfast this morning. And I've been sipping on this little tiny sweet tea all day. I almost made myself a latte. You guys probably know by now that I've been totally obsessed with my Nespresso machine, and I just got a huge order of Nespresso capsules in. I actually filmed a haul that's going to go up on my YouTube channel tomorrow, so if you're interested in that, I don't think that video is probably going to do super well because I don't think that a lot of people have the Nespresso machine or care about the Nespresso machine, but it's been my latest obsession, and I love making different lattes and stuff. And I almost did that, but I knew that if I sat here and drank a latte with a double espresso shot, that I'd be up all night. And I have issues with sleep as it is, so just my sweet tea. We bought our car in October. It cost $50 to fill it up. Now it costs $65 to fill it. It's crazy. Yeah, for sure. You're having Pepsi. Oh, I can't drink very much soda anymore. Ever since I had COVID back in, what was that, September or October, Pepsi and Coke taste like chemicals to me. I have that parosmia really, really bad. I can't smell certain things still after all of this time. And some of the things I can smell rotten. I don't know if you guys have heard of that parosmia, but it's terrible. Do not recommend. And there's not a lot you can do about it except just wait it out. I bought one of those smell training kits to try to help. And I haven't been using it consistently because I have a terrible memory. I need to try to do that every day like they recommend to try to get my sense of smell back. Luckily, my sense of taste hasn't been affected too badly. I know there are some people that can't eat anything because it all tastes like rotten to them and they have to wear nose plugs just to be able to eat and they're really suffering. Luckily for me, it's not too terrible. I had to switch my toothpaste. I can't do anything mint anymore, which is sad because mint has always been my favorite, mint chocolate chip ice cream and peppermint and all of those things. I can't handle the taste of mint anymore at all. I had to switch to cinnamon toothpaste. It's sad, but it's not the end of the world, right? It could be so much worse. I bought really expensive, fancy Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioner and body wash that all smells like garbage to me now, unfortunately. I've been trying to use it up, but it's just it makes for such an awful experience. So yeah, it's mostly mint. Some citrus scents and smells are no good. Going back to the soda thing, I can't drink a lemon lime soda anymore. So it's pretty much root beer that I can drink, Dr. Pepper. It's not a terrible thing because it's not that stuff's super good for you, but I miss it a lot. I'm drinking Mountain Dew per usual, arguing with everyone in my house about what we're doing for dinner because soccer doesn't get over until 7:30. Yeah, it's tough to schedule dinner around all of those after school activities. We're in a season of life right now in my house where we just don't do family dinners a lot anymore because half the time people aren't here. If I cook, then people come home and they're not hungry. So been struggling a lot with that, and as of late I've just kind of given it up to it's just the season of life we're in. Someday we'll get back to cooking every night and family dinners. We're just not there right now. I had COVID for the first time in January 2021 and got parosmia. Some things just now finally taste right again. Mine was pretty much just food, not smell so much. It's crazy how it's so different for everyone. Yeah, I was just going to say, Janine, the COVID had something to do with my hives. I really truly believe that. I think that is what was causing it. I think my immune system is just out of whack. But I don't have any proof of that. So the doctor that I saw my regular doctor. Actually, I'm lying. I didn't see my regular doctor. I saw a different doctor in my regular doctor's office because my doctor was on vacation during that time. Isn't it funny how your doctor always seems to be on vacation when you need her? And I saw my dermatologist for multiple weeks in a row, and they did a biopsy of my skin when I was dealing with those hives or that rash or whatever it was. And she definitely said it was a drug reaction, but I don't know if I believe that. I think my immune system just freaked out. It was terrible. I sent my sister some pictures of what I was going through, and she was pretty grossed out by them. I haven't posted them online because I would probably get my account banned for posting just really gross stuff, but I was really struggling, and I'm so glad to be past that now. Hopefully I never deal with that again. My fingernails are growing in now with ridges in them, and I think that has something to do with that whole thing. I think my immune system just freaked out. Kate has strep 3 times in the last 70 days. She is a week off antibiotics, so I'm high alert waiting for the next round. That's awful. There's been so much illness going around. We have been kind of struggling with sinus issues here in my house as of late. All of my boys have terrible sinuses. My husband, both my sons, they just go through it when the seasons change. And we're in that phase of Michigan now where we have winter for 3 days and then spring for 2 days, and then we're back to winter for 3 days. We had the heat on last week, and now it was almost 90 degrees outside today, so we have our air conditioner running. It's just been crazy. So yeah, that was scary. I'm glad you're better. I'm glad I'm better too. I was really upset. I was in and out of the hospital even, and the emergency room was like useless. They just kept giving me more antihistamines that didn't work. So much, such a struggle. We have an appointment at the Children's Hospital to see the ENT in June about getting her tonsils removed. Well, fingers crossed. I hope it works out for you. We had COVID when it first came around, and for almost 2 years we went through bouts of itching. Oh, wow. Work in healthcare. Number of influenza A cases are on the rise. Yeah. Yep. Seems like that's just, there's always something going on. And especially with kids in schools and everything, it's impossible to stay healthy, it seems like. That's New England weather. Yeah, we always say that if we don't like the weather in Michigan, we wait 5 minutes and it'll change. Got the air on, but I love it outside right now. Yeah, me too. It's so beautiful. It's like perfect weather. I wouldn't want it to get any hotter than this, and I know that obviously it will. We don't get to really have nice weather in Michigan. It's either freezing cold and snowing, gloomy and raining, or uncontrollably hot. And we have like 14 days a year that are like perfect weather. At least that's the way it seems. It was 40 degrees here 3 days ago. It's been in the 90s the last 2 days. I wanted spring, not summer. Yeah. Yep. So what do you guys think? Should we do these live streams once a week, or is that too often? I'm thinking once a week or a couple of times a month. I really enjoy this. I like to try to post on my channel every weekday. Doesn't always happen, obviously. But that's always been like my secret goal. I've never really announced that I post videos every single weekday, but that's been my goal for a while. And it's just tough sometimes to come up with enough topics to post 5 videos a week. So I thought if we could slip in a live stream every week, it'd be a little bit easier. Give me a chance to chit chat with you guys. I love this, like I said. So if you guys are up for a weekly live stream, let me know. And let me know what day is best for you. I cannot do Wednesdays because Austin has track meets. Plus, I always watch that How to Watch TV podcast on Wednesdays, and they do their live streams on Wednesdays, so I wouldn't want to do it on Wednesdays. Probably Tuesday or Thursday would be the best day for me, but obviously I want to do it when it works out for you guys, so let me know what you think. Once a week, seeing lots of once a week, so good. Also, I'm going back to work, so I'm going to have to scale back on my lives. I would be here every week. I love lives. Okay. So yeah, why don't we aim for once a week? Like I said, Tuesday or Thursday. Is there a day that works better for you guys or a time that works better for you guys? I know 6 p.m. is usually when I post my videos, so that's kind of when I've selected to go live. But if a different time would work better for you guys, I can do a different time. My schedule's pretty open. If it's about this time, any day is fine. Okay. So yeah, we'll aim for like 45 minutes to an hour once a week, just chit chat. I'll have to come up with some filler topics for when people run out of questions for me, so we don't have a bunch of dead air, but I think it could be fun. We'll try it for a while anyway, see how it goes. And if you guys have any video recommendations or requests, you can let me know that as well. I've been struggling lately to come up with stuff. I know I've been posting like the same budget video and grocery haul every week, but people seem to like those, so I don't mind doing that. But if you have other, suggestions or whatever, I definitely want to try to film a clothing haul soon because I've gotten some new stuff for like spring and summer. It's harder to find time to film that kind of video where I have to sit in front of a camera and talk. It's a lot easier if I'm just like filming my planner or whatever, but Hello. It's good to see you. I love your grocery hauls. Well, thank you. I've been trying really hard to do the grocery hauls and put the prices in. I think that'll be really interesting to look back on, hopefully when maybe things calm down and prices go down a little bit, to be able to compare and contrast prices. I was looking back again at some of my old content and I saw some of my old videos. Definitely a big change in grocery prices as of late. And it's just so interesting to compare and contrast, I think. I'll be doing a Sam's Club haul next week because we're going to go to Sam's Club this weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. Yes to all the hauls. Okay, well, Kelly, you better watch my Nespresso haul tomorrow then. I really don't expect that video is going to do super well, but we'll see. I'd like to see what I eat in a days or weeks. I'd also like to see a video on the process of you making your meal plan and grocery list. That's a great suggestion. I can definitely do that. Good to see you. Long time no see. I know it's been so long. I'm so glad I'm able to get back. Still here, just not always able to comment. Well, so good to see you. I enjoy the clothing hauls. Okay, so I've got stuff from Stitch Fix, Old Navy, and Walmart that I can share. It's not all like brand new stuff with tags on it. I've definitely been wearing some of this stuff, but I still would like to share with you guys some of my new pieces. Maybe do outfit of the days or something. That's fun. I always enjoy the vlogs and enjoyed the planner stuff too. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Agree, all the hauls. It's a great idea. I would love to see that too. All right, I'm going to write it down. You guys will be seeing those videos coming soon. Hi, Hanan. It's so good to see you. Hope you're doing really well. Even though I didn't plan the exact same way with all the stickers, it got me motivated to get things done. Okay, I can definitely go back to posting planner videos more regularly. They just didn't do super well on my channel, so I wasn't sure if people were interested in them, but I definitely can share that. I don't mind doing that at all. Stitch Fix videos are fun. Okay, I just sent my latest stitch back. So when I get my Stitch Fix box next month, I'll try to film that. I got, the only thing I purchased from my most recent Stitch Fix box is a pair of shorts that were stupid expensive, but they actually looked good on me and they fit me well, which is tough when it comes to shorts. So I think it was worth the splurge. Vlogs or camping videos. We'll be going camping next weekend, so maybe I'll try to vlog that for you guys. I love filming vlogs as well. It's just tough sometimes to find the time and to not have them be super repetitive because I do the same things every week. Very much a creature of habit. So there's only so many times I can film myself, like going to the grocery store before it gets boring, right? Do the Nespressos taste like a coffee from a coffee shop? It really depends on what you do with the Nespressos. What I like to do is buy the double espresso pods and pull the double shot of espresso, mix it with milk, and make like an iced latte. Definitely reminiscent of something you would get at like Starbucks, although I don't like Starbucks, so that's not really a good representation. I just know that a lot of people like Starbucks and that's where they go for their fancy coffee drinks. So yeah, you can definitely do coffee shop style lattes and stuff, especially if you have like a milk frother, which I do. I want to do more like Nespresso recipes and share them on my channel because I've just been having so much fun with that. But yeah, I love my Nespresso machine. A video of your self-care routine would be an interesting video. Okay, good to know. You know, I would love planner videos. All right. Well, thank you guys. That gives me some, not necessarily new stuff, because I think I've done all of those things before, but now that I know you guys like them, I can keep on keeping on with that. So happy that you're feeling better and able to film again. Thank you. Ah, me too. So random, but I can't help but wonder the size of your watch. Mine is on the smaller side. So this that I'm wearing here, it's the Samsung Galaxy, what is it? The Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, and I think it's 40. Let me look it up and tell you for sure what it is, because I don't want to lie to you. I know it came in 2 sizes, and I chose the smaller of the 2 sizes, but I'm not sure exactly what one it is. So give me just a second. Trying to go into my Amazon purchase history so that I can tell you for sure what it is without having too much dead air here. Go into my Amazon purchase history. Stop it. Sorry about that, you guys. Talk amongst yourselves while I search for this order. I really do love the watch, though. My son for Christmas got the updated version of the Fit watch, and he barely ever wears it, and it makes me so mad because I just want to take it from him and wear it myself. But he only wears it when he's working out. He doesn't wear it just like every day to track his steps and stuff. So frustrating. Okay, so it's the 40 millimeter one. I don't know if that helps you or not. But Yeah, I definitely would love to upgrade to the newest model of the smartwatch, but I can't justify it. This one works just fine, but I love it. See, Kelly, you understand. If you find good shorts, you get them, for sure. Especially if you have large thighs, like I do. I know how you love Tim Hortons, so I gotta know, does your locations randomly say they are out of things all the time? Back in winter, they'd say the hot chocolate machine would be down, and now slushies. Yeah, I think some, especially like with the ice caps, sometimes that's a problem. I think it just depends on the location and the time of day. Um, Sometimes they're out of stuff, but Tim Hortons is my absolute favorite. Far superior to Starbucks, in my opinion. Especially just for their regular coffee. Like, I love to make my lattes and stuff at home, but if we're going out for coffee, I'll usually either get like a blended espresso drink, iced, or I'll just get a cup of coffee. I don't go in for like these super fancy, like complicated lattes. That's probably why I don't like Starbucks, because I would just go and order coffee and it's so bitter. And if I wanted to do a fancy schmancy drink, number one, I never know what to order because all of their drinks seem so complicated. And number two, if I could figure out what to order, it'd be like $10 for a coffee drink, and I'm cheap. I'm not going to spend that. So definitely Tim Hortons for the win, in my opinion. And see, she says Dutch Bros. So I've never had Dutch Bros, so I can't comment. Oh, no worries. You didn't take away from the live at all. No worries. Hopefully that helped you. We're getting a Dutch Bros here soon. So excited, as I've heard so much about it. Yeah, I've heard really good things. I work at Tim Hortons. I can't speak about the hot chocolate machine because we can hand mix those if we have to, but I will say those slushy machines can't handle the heat. Okay, good to know. If you are taking requests for video ideas, I want to share how much I love your vlogs, like Get Ready With Me or camping, etc. Okay? You got it. More of those coming at you. Get the cinnamon sugar oat milk latte. It's so good. I use almond milk for less calories. That sounds good. I don't like almond milk, but I do like oat milk, so I might have to try that one. I love the Stoke coffee. I'm cheap, so I make my coffee at home. Yes, definitely one of the upsides of having my Nespresso machine. I can make all my fancy drinks at home, and I can control what goes into them. I can control the calories. I can control the caffeine to an extent. I love my Nespresso machine. Might be a weird question, but what is the one cleaning related thing you should do more often but don't? Oh my gosh, are you ready for a list? Mine is cleaning my oven and under the stove and refrigerator. Yeah, those would make my list. I'm not a good housewife. I'm not good at cleaning. I don't like to do it. I have a lot of mobility issues with my back too, so a lot of stuff I just can't physically do as well or as often as I should. My thing is really the day-to-day stuff that you're supposed to do every day to stay on top of it. I'm really, really bad at staying on top of things like dishes and laundry. That stuff tends to pile up for me because I struggle with routine, even though I told you guys I'm a creature of habit. Building those things that you're supposed to do every day into my routine, I struggle with that. I don't know if it's just like a laziness thing or what it is, but I really struggle with that. In terms of like the longer term things, definitely my oven. I can't tell you the last time I cleaned out my oven. I do the stovetop all the time and like the outside, but the inside of my oven, honestly, I don't think that's been cleaned in over a year. Yeah, that's really bad, isn't it? Huh. I don't like their coffee. Always strawberry acai lemonade refresher or iced peach green tea lemonade for me. That does sound really good. Congratulations to Austin for his academic accomplishments. Sophia's banquet is tomorrow. So proud of these sweet kiddos. That's wonderful. I cannot tell you how proud I am of Austin. He gets involved in absolutely everything, it seems like he's constantly signing up for new clubs and new activities, and he is just a go-getter. He puts himself into everything. He doesn't half-ass anything. He's just like gung-ho involved, and he's so well-rounded and so invested, and it just makes me so happy to see him flourish. I think he's going to do extremely well in high school. If he does not get either lazy about it or too overwhelmed with taking on too much responsibility, he loves to stay busy. So he makes me so proud. I suck at the day-to-day stuff also. Well, at least it's not just me. It's not laziness, it's pain. It's definitely pain. I struggle a lot with chronic pain. But there's definitely some laziness in there too. It's part of it. It's been so long since I've cleaned under the fridge and the furnace. Oh yeah, let's not talk about the furnace. It's so good to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a nice night. He is awesome. Austin, yeah. He just participated in the spelling bee this past week. It was the county spelling bee. So he won second place in his school-wide spelling bee for 7th and 8th graders. He won second place, so he went on to the county. And I think there were 17 or 18 students in his age range that participated, and he was 7th. So not too shabby. For me, the day-to-day stuff is I have to do it every day. And I, to myself, why do it today if I'm just going to have to do it tomorrow anyways? I struggle with that a lot too. I'll stay on top of it for days and days and days, and then I'll take one day off because I deserve it, because I've done the dishes every day this week. And then it's a nightmare to get back to the next day. It's tough. And then again, with the pain, just the bending and the reaching and the getting into the dishwasher and standing over the stove, it's extremely painful. And my boys help out a ton, probably more than they should have to, considering the fact that I'm a stay-at-home mom and that's my job, right? I struggle a lot with guilt with that sort of thing, like what I'm able to do versus what I should be doing. That's a whole thing. But definitely the day-to-day stuff is tough, because once you get behind, it's like you never catch up. And I feel like lately we've been spending every weekend cleaning my house from top to bottom, because I have everybody home and I have help, and then the weekends suck, right? Because we're just cleaning all the time, and if we're not cleaning, then the house is just a total mess. So it's definitely, my cleaning routine has gotten away from me. You guys know I used to post my cleaning videos regularly, my cleaning routine. I used to be really good about it, and we're just in a season of life right now, and I feel like I've been saying that a lot, where it's tough. So we're behind, things are messy, but there's lots of love in our house, and that's what's most important, right? I can so relate. I have a herniated disc and cannot do as much as I could before. Yeah, it's the absolute worst. I have multiple herniated discs, plus degenerative disc disease, plus spinal stenosis. So it's really, really tough. And of course, being so overweight definitely doesn't help my situation with my back at all. So yeah, it's tough for sure. You're supposed to clean your furnace. I've lived in this house for 5.5 years and have never done that. Well, I just mean changing the furnace filter or our furnace filter is actually reusable, so rather than replace it, we have to take it off and clean it, and then there's the little vent on the outside that gets all dusty and gross if you don't stay on top of it. Yeah, it's a mess. Just walk out of the house, shut the door, and go camping. That's what weekends are for. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. There's been plenty of times where we've just shut the door on the chaos and walked away. It is what it is. The only thing I force myself to do every day recently is the dishes. Other than that, I give myself a pass if I just literally can't find the energy or motivation. Yeah, like I said, we do a lot of divide and conquer here in my house, especially with my older children. Obviously, your kiddos are still really young. In my house, Austin's in charge of all of the loading and unloading the dishwasher, but he's busy a lot, and so there's definitely nights it doesn't get done, and so then it's a pile of dishes, and I either do it and hurt, or I leave it and then it piles up. So there's not really a good option there. And then usually I will hand wash anything that needs to be hand washed, but that gets more and more difficult, it seems like, as time goes on with my back, like being hunched over that sink. It's awful. But, we make it work. Yes, it is. And my older girls are wonderful and help out a lot. Yeah, definitely with older children, it helps a ton. But, then there's how much is too much to expect them to do, especially, as I said, when I'm home already and that's my job. It's definitely a struggle. Are you planning ahead for summer? I'm starting to put a bucket list with my family as summers go by so fast. That way we can plan ahead, activities and outings, and budget for them. Yeah, so we really don't do a lot. A lot of activities and things. We go camping every weekend in the summer. And it's pretty much just we do some fishing and some swimming and stuff, but for the most part, we just kind of go and be outside, hang out at our camper. The one thing that there's a couple of things in the summer that we plan ahead for. We always go to the fair every year, or we try to. My kids really look forward to that. Now that they're older, they tend to just go with their friends instead of hanging out with mom and dad, which can't really blame them. And then my husband always has a week of vacation right in usually the end of June, early July. So we always plan ahead for that. We'll spend pretty much the week out at our camper and have a little getaway, which we're really looking forward to, so that we plan ahead and budget for. Otherwise, we just kind of do what we can. It's tough. Like I said, my boys are older. They don't want to hang out with mom and dad. So we anticipate probably having a lot of weekends where it's just my husband and I camping this summer, and we're okay with that too. Your back sounds like mine. I had a failed surgery and it still causes the pain on a daily. I find the pain affects every part of us, our energy, what we can do and cannot do is frustrating. Yeah, for sure. Okay, my furnace doesn't have a filter. I just went and checked. Phew, good to go. Since I decluttered my house and got rid of things we don't use often, it's gotten so much easier to keep it clean. Yeah, decluttering is definitely something that I need to work on. I always say I'm going to do it, and I start these big decluttering projects, and I never finish them. So definitely something I need to do. But we're just crammed into a home that's too small for 4 practically adults. Obviously, Robbie's an adult living at home. He has his own space in his bedroom, but we just have too much stuff for this little tiny place. And moving right now is just not an option. So our only option is to either deal with the clutter and the chaos, which we've been doing for 10 years now, or get rid of some stuff. But you guys know me. I like stuff. I'm never going to be a minimalist. I have an almost 2-year-old, almost 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old. If the older two can make the mess, they can clean it up. So they do their rooms, the living room, and their bathroom together. That's really great. That's really great. It can be tough to get little ones involved. My kids were always really great at making messes, not so great at cleaning them up. Obviously, we always encouraged that. I definitely have always encouraged my kids to be super independent and to be able to do things for themselves. You know, we're definitely not living in a house where I'm cleaning up after them constantly and they're doing nothing. And I think that definitely starts young. So that's great that you've got everybody working together. Definitely helps keep a house running. Okay, you guys. So if there's any last minute kind of questions or comments, get them out now. We've been at this for over an hour already. Sure does fly, doesn't it? What are you guys going to be doing the rest of the evening? I myself am probably going to watch some TV. What am I watching right now? I'm all caught up on This Is Us. Can you guys believe This Is Us is finishing up in just a couple of weeks? Really exciting. I'm going to miss it for sure. I think I have an episode of Grey's Anatomy that I could watch. Grey's Anatomy just needs to die already. Don't you guys think? Like, I keep watching because I've watched all this time and I'm invested, but like, they can stop beating a dead horse at any time. I just started watching The Wire, so I could watch that. I don't know. I'm probably going to watch some TV, have some popcorn, and just kind of relax a little bit. And probably should fold some laundry, so I might do that also. All right, last minute questions. What do we got here? How did you start your shop? So my Etsy shop started as a planner sticker shop. I was selling planner stickers. I would print and cut them at home, mail them off. When that got to be too much, I shut it down, and just last year opened it back up and started selling my budget printables. I had a lot of requests. People would see the printables that I was making for myself and they wanted them, so I opened it up and it's been going really great. Really excited about it. I stopped watching Grey's. I'm sure I'll finish eventually. Yeah, probably your best bet, just to wait until it's finally finished. These new episodes just aren't as good as the show used to be. Still, I'm entertained, but I think it's time to let it go. How is The Wire? Honestly, I've only watched one episode, so I couldn't tell you, but there's a guy that on that podcast that I told you guys about, the How to Watch TV podcast, that's always recommending that show. So I thought I'd give it a go. I'll let you guys know as I go if it's worth watching. If you guys haven't watched Severance, you are able to on Apple TV Plus. Best TV show I've seen in years. Especially if you're into like weird like sci-fi type stuff, definitely give Severance a shot. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this evening. It's been so much fun. Thank you for all of your video requests. I'm really looking forward to putting out some new content for you guys soon. I'm going to aim for another Jabber with Jessi live next Thursday, I guess, at 6 p.m. Eastern time, so same time, same place. Hopefully I will see you guys back here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys later. Bye, friends.